Hello everyone, welcome to view number 1, and in today's lesson I will be teaching you Tradingview. And in case you've never heard of it, it is the industry standard when it comes to chart work. It is the most widely used platform for any sort of chart work, may it be in Forex, penny stocks, US stock market, or cryptocurrencies. So everybody has their own personal preference in customizing Tradingview. I will be showing you mine in case that you want to follow along and have exactly the same chart layout as I do. If you have not yet registered on TradingView, feel free to use my link below. You do not have to pay for membership, although it does help, but I will leave that up to you. So without further ado, let's get started. So you're going to go to tradingview.com, and all you have to do is come here on chart. I obviously have multiple. If you've never been on TradingView before, you only have one, right? Alright, so the very first thing that I do is I put everything in dark mode. The way you do that is you right click anywhere on the chart, you go on properties, and you click dark. And once you do that, everything turns dark, and believe me, once you've stared enough at charts in your life, this is a huge difference and a game changer. Alright guys, so I don't change much, but I know a lot of people do, and I know it makes a difference for a lot of people. So although I keep my chart relatively as it is right now, I will still show you popular templates that other people use to make their chart more pleasant to look at. When you right click and you go on properties, it will bring you here to the style window, and in here, let me show you what a lot of people do. They can come here and you can put neon everything. So neon green on the green side and neon red on the right side. So as you can see, it contrasts, right? And then you can come here on the background and you can put it as dark, and you can even remove these grid lines. Go on vertical grid lines and place them as black. That way they're the same color as the background, so you can't see them. So then you can come back here to style, and let me show you some cool combinations that I've seen people use in my experience. You can come here, and another popular color for green is actually blue right here. So a lot of people have this full blue, and as opposed to red, what they'll have is they'll have pink. Come here, change it to pink. The way you get to volume is you double click on volume, and then you come here and you can put it as, so this is green, so if you wanted to match this here, you can put it as blue, same blue, and then here you can put it as pink as well. There's endless combinations you can use with this. Some people like to have the red bars as white, for example. It's also a very popular one, just as it is blue and white. And then you can come here on the volume side and do the exact same thing. Pleasant on the eyes as well. For me, I keep mine the same, so we'll go back here. All you gotta do to revert everything back is come here and apply defaults. So then to revert the volume colors back to normal, you just come here, go to inputs, and reset settings. Alright, so I'm not going to go very much in depth on indicators right now, but I will tell you TradingView does place a cap on the total amount of indicators that you are able to use for free. It is relatively cheap, the subscription to TradingView Premium, and it pays for itself. Feel free to try it with a free trial. And if you don't like it, you can cancel for free. So we're going to go back to properties, and you can go here on scales, and you can customize your scales here. And a lot of these are self-explanatory, so I will not go over each and every single one, but I will go over log scale. So when you hit log scale, you can see that everything changes. And also you can go to log scale over here as a shortcut. So when you're on the log scale, let's put this on a daily level, it will show Bitcoin on a logarithmic chart. The difference between the two is on a linear price scale, there will be an equal distance between prices, and as you can see here, that does not exist. From here to here, which is the vast majority of the chart, is only from $0 to 3,000. But then from 3,000 all the way to 20,000 is just this here. A logarithmic scale focuses on the percent change between values. So if you take a look starting right here, you see that $100 is here, and double that would be somewhere here. Double this would be somewhere here, right, at a 400, and doubling that will be somewhere here, doubling that will be somewhere here. So it will always work in increments based on the past, right? Obviously that from here to here is a big distance, but it's the exact same distance as from $100 to $200. All right, let's go over these levels here. If you click on the left axis, that'll just put the price action both on the left and right axis, so you can choose which one you prefer. I obviously prefer on the right, like most people, so I'll keep this one unchecked. Over here, countdown means the countdown until the end of the daily candle, and don't worry if you don't get that yet, we'll go over very much in depth in future videos. So if you press this, it will not show the countdown until the end of the candle. Right now we have no indicators on the chart aside from volume, which is technically considered an indicator. And if you have indicator last value, this number here will not be visible. So if you press it, you will not see it. Same thing if you have RSI or MACD. If you have indicator last value enabled, you will see the number where the indicator is at the moment. Symbol labels. So symbol is just another word for what stock or coin you're looking at. So if you have symbol labels, that would be if you had a lot of charts on. So if I press this, it will show that this action here is referring to BTC to USD pairing. Now let's get rid of that. And here indicator labels is the exact same thing, but for the label of indicator. So if I press it, it will show over here that this is the volume moving average, which is at 2.761K. This one over here is more targeted towards people who have crazy charts with a lot of symbols and a lot of indicators. So if you hit this, your indicator labels over here and over here will not overlap and will constantly be one next to each other. Now let's uncheck that. And this one here, decimal places, this is an important one, especially when trading coins that are very cheap. So if you put this on, say, 1/1000, you can see here then have 3 decimal points. If you have over 10,000, you'll have 4 decimal points, and so on and so on. However, for most coins, if you have it on default, it will apply which one makes the most sense for that coin. So now let's head over to background. Background is just refers to the color of the actual background. These vertical grid lines are these lines here, the ones that are vertical, and the horizontal grid lines are the ones that are horizontal. So if you want to remove them, you can simply hit the black or go over here and put them as transparent. Same thing for the horizontal grid lines. This scales text here is just the color of the scale here. So if you have this as, say, red or orange, you'll have this over here as orange. For scale lines, if you change this and you put it, say, pink, then you're going to have this line here as pink. And then the watermark, if you make it visible, you will have a watermark on the chart as is, okay? Obviously nobody wants that, so you can simply remove it by making it transparent. Then you won't have it. Crosshair is this over here. You see where my cursor is, and you see the little cross that it's on. So you can customize this as well. You can make it thicker, and it'll be like that. You can make it all different colors as well. These navigation buttons refer to these ones over here, okay? If you have this on, then you can move the chart like this, right? Now let's go over here to these 5 boxes here. So symbol description will be this one here. So if you disable it, you won't be able to see it. The OHLC stands for open, high, low, close of the candle. So when this is enabled and I come over here and I go on this candle right here, you can see these levels here. So this candle right here opened at 14.9K, reached the high of 16.2K, reached the low of 14.9K, and ended up closing at 16.1K. Now, don't pay too much attention to it because we're going to go over this very much in depth on the candlesticks video. So this one I always keep on, all right? Indicated titles refers to what indicators you have on. So right now we only have the volume indicator. So if you press it out, you won't have it visible. Indicator arguments is only available if you have indicator titles on. If you have indicator titles off, you can't even click this one, all right? So if you have indicator titles on, you can then choose to have indicator arguments on or off. And if you have them on, the only thing that will show you is the arguments for this indicator, which is 20, and this 20 refers to the 20 moving average applied to the volume indicator, which is this line over here, okay? So if you choose to remove it, you'll no longer see it, all right? And the last one here, indicator values, refers to these numbers here. So as you hover around the chart, these numbers will show you the indicator values for that level where you're hovering. So you can see over here, you have this amount of volume at this level of moving average. So now let's go over the 3 other options that we have here. Time zone sessions refers to only the stock market because this will refer to intraday and extended hours. So after hours, you'll be able to see here and you can customize your chart to only show the after hours or the intraday session. And then here you have events and alerts. As you will see on the next part of this video, there are alerts that you can put on Tradingview, and there will be other alerts that if you're on a stock market stock, it will show you all these levels. So if you're on, say, Apple and you want the dividends to show on chart, it will show, and then the splits, the earnings, etc. But for crypto, this is not available because we're not in the regular stock market. We don't have anything like dividends, splits, and earnings. So then you have here the trading part of this, and this only refers to if you have an exchange where you trade with on Tradingview via an API. So let me show you where that would be. So let's exit out of this, and if you come here to the trading panel and you press it, this will show you the 5 brokers that have currently a partnership with Tradingview. So for crypto, you have Poloniex, meaning that if you have an account with Poloniex and you wish to trade on there, you connect your Tradingview to your trading account and you can place your buy and sell orders right here. That's why there's this bar over here with buy and sell. Now, I don't use this because I trade, as you will see on the next videos, only on 3 exchanges. I trade on Binance for altcoins, and I trade on Bitfinex and BitMEX for margin trading. So then lastly, you have here a symbol last value, which you can press to show line or not. This line is this one right here, this red line. So if you press it out, it will delete it. And if you have it on, you can choose the color for it. You can make it blue, you can make it any color that you want. And then you can also choose if you want to show the label of the price scale. So that would be this red box right here. So if you disable it, it'll be gone. And this here does not apply to us because our market does not close, right? This is only for other markets that do have opening and closing hours. So now let's go over these levels over here. Let's go over this box here and this upper header over here. Over here, you can choose what type of price action display you want. So you can choose candles, you can have bars, you can have line, you can have many other options. Now, I only use candles, and sometimes I will use Heikinashi. Now, I'm not going to go over Heikinashi on this video, so let's just put back into candles. Over here, you can compare multiple symbols. So I can compare Bitcoin to Ethereum over here, and it will be displayed on my main chart. Over here, this is another way to get the indicators. You can also press just / on your keyboard, and it will also take you to that same page. Over here is already saved templates by Tradingview that if you press it, it will show you different types of indicators already pre-displayed based on this template. So as you switch around, you will have different indicators that will show up already with these templates. Now, we're not going to use any of these because I have my own indicators that we're going to show you in the next parts of this video. And now let's go over the time frames. So you can press this arrow right here, and there you have all the time frames that they allow you to have. So then all you have to do is star your favorites, and they'll be here on this bar as your favorites. Over here is where you would put in your symbol name. So if you want Bitcoin, you just type in Bitcoin USD, and you have here Bitcoin's chart on the many exchanges that there are. Same would go for any other symbol, including stocks. Over here, there are plenty of tools that Tradingview allows us to have. And I'm not going to go over every single tool because that alone would be a 1-hour video. But you will be able to see as we proceed along the course which ones I find that are useful and which ones are not useful at all, okay? And over here to the right, you have some cool features of Tradingview. So let's expand this. When you have this expanded, you can then see your favorite symbols over here, and to add one, all you gotta do is press more symbols here, okay? And then you can even change this and divide this into different portfolios, and I have mine as main crypto here, and this is my coins that I like to trade personally, okay? Then you have here the details about the current price, and then there's this very cool part, which is headlines related only to Bitcoin. So depending on what coin you are, it will change the headlines. Coin obviously is the benchmark for all of crypto. When you're on Bitcoin, it will show you also, you know, XRP or Tron or any other cryptocurrency that gets main media attention. So then over here on the right, you have a very cool feature, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite feature of Tradingview, which is alerts. Now, based on what plan you have on, it will give you different types of alert settings. So because I'm on the premium plan, I can have alerts based on any parameters that I wish, and it will send me push notifications straight to my phone. So that will depend on what plan you have with Tradingview, and I believe with just the free plan, you can't have push notifications to your phone, but I believe that you can have push notifications to your email. Over here is a data window, which is not very valuable for cryptocurrency market. Over here is the hot list, which is also not valid for cryptocurrency market. And over here, you have an economic calendar. This is not valid for cryptocurrency as well. This is only valid for a regular stock market, okay? You can have here what dates are important and why, right? Over here, you have ideas, which is where you will see notifications for your posts and your charts that you post on Tradingview for other users to see. Over here, you have something that I must warn you to stay away from, public chats. And over here, these chats are very crowded. There's a chat for many markets. There's a chat for Forex, there's a chat for regular stock, etc. And here you have the cryptocurrency chat. As you can see, it is very crowded. There's a text coming out every other second. And I advise you to stay away from this chat because the vast majority of people here have no clue what they're doing. is actually why they're here. It's why they're here chatting and not trading. Why? Because they have no clue what trading is about. So they'll be here talking all day, and it is very toxic, I must say, and you really should not pay attention to any of this at all. So over here, you have your private chat. So this will be your private DMs, okay? The equivalent to DMs on Instagram. Over here, you have idea streams, which is the same here as my ideas, but it will show ideas of other people that you have notifications for. Now, I don't have notifications for no one else, so I don't see anything here. And over here, you have your notifications. So people that mention you, people that talk about you. So then over here, you have the DOM, which is where you'd place some orders here for, in this case, Bitcoin. But this is not available for us because, at least for me, I am not in Poloniex and I don't have an API to trade directly on Tradingview with. And lastly, over here you have the support. So then you can contact support, and depending on what plan you have, your support will be slower or faster. So you can see here that my support is fast and efficient. That's because I have the second most expensive Tradingview plan. I'm only one level short from the maximum premium plan. Alright, so before I conclude, I want to show you two things that I'll be doing a lot throughout the course. Alright, so the first one is when you press shift and you click, you can drag it and it will show you not only the percentage that involves that space over there, but also show you the time of what that space represents. So you can see here, this represents 47 days. And if I go here, it'll be at 80 days, which is a negative 27%. So you see me doing this all the time. And you also see me do Alt H for horizontal lines and Alt V for vertical lines. Okay, so when you press Alt H or Alt V, it will automatically draw a horizontal or vertical line in your chart. Alright guys, that'll be it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up. Please do not pay too much attention into customizing Tradingview because that's not what we're here for. We're here to learn how to trade profitably. So I'll see you in the next video.